I'm your host, Logan23. You're joining me for Royal Masquerade, Chapter 13, Love and Power. It's the day after Theodosia told you she'll only support House Rosario if Annalisa marries into Brachus. You watch your sister walk in the garden with Percival. There, you see it? They're the spitting image of nobility. What has happened to your head?
Are we certain it's not too, natural? Or, Lady Julia, what do you make of this headpiece?
Percival? I wouldn't call it your style.
Perhaps the crown is a bit much.
Don't listen to her. You should wear it to the Beltane next year.
So what I'm hearing is a challenge to hone my flower crown skills. I accept.
Yeah, you do that. Lord Percival, if I may, I must speak to Annalisa. It's urgent.
Of course, I should remove myself from the garden before There they go. Lady Annalisa, I hope you don't mind if I keep this, flower crown.
You just want something to remember me by.
As if I do not already have enough unforgettable memories, but another memento would not hurt.
Percival bows and leaves. Annalisa searches through the bed of flowers and picks out a white lily. You know, I think I accidentally plucked every last iris out of our gardens for that crown. Annalisa, Vasco is going to kill me when he finds out. Perhaps when you're queen, you can issue me your royal... Annalisa, Theodosia isn't going to support House Rosario without an engagement. An engagement to you. Annalisa freezes in place. After a moment's pause, she stands up straight and faces you. I see. And who am I to be matched with? Actor Navracus. Theodosia wanted to announce at the Twilight Ball. That soon. Then we have much to prepare. Annalisa... I haven't given Theodosia my answer yet. Then send her a messenger that you're going to accept. But I'll hear none of it. You were prepared to marry for this house, and I am ready to do the same. You act like your fate has been written. I am the head of the house, not Theodosia. I stand by you, not her, always. Annalisa places her hands on your shoulders warmly. Her smile is earnest, yet a knowing sadness lingers just behind her eyes. I know that if I asked you not to go through with this, you wouldn't. That's what makes you the best sister one could possibly hope for. But in this, supporting me is the same as supporting House Rosario. But Percival is an adult and a noble, and wishes to see the right queen sit upon the throne, as do we all. You know better than anyone, sister. Sometimes our hearts lead us to forbidden places. They are grand to visit for a time. But sooner or later, we must keep one promise or another, and then to choose to follow our fickle hearts or stern stars that guide us. As queen, that decision rests in your able hands, not mine. As your eyes drift down sadly, Annalisa tilts her head and catches your gaze. You will do the right thing, and I will follow the path you choose. Come now. No matter what happens next, we have a ball to prepare for. As you and Annalisa leave the garden, Aunt Zaya and Aunt Elise rush outside and find you. Julia, quit your dawdling outside. You have a ball to prepare for. But don't come up the stairs too fast, or you will exhaust yourself. It happens, it appears, our aunts have handled preparations for tonight. Go, I'll await you in the carriage. Annalisa squeezes your hand before brushing past your aunts into the estate. Annalise escorts you to your room where Star Fox lounges on the floor by the bed. Ow! How are you feeling, my sweet? If you're feeling nervous, this will help. Elise picks Star Fox off the floor and holds him in front of you. Don't you feel better already? I think so. That's not how animals work. It is fair. I'm certain you'll prove it. You can and will be of right mind tonight. And of course, in the right dress you will be magnificent. Dare I say regal. Anzaya, Annalise, you're being so nice. What do you want? For success, of course. No, I mean for me. There's only a reason you two have to suddenly become nice. Our house has vested interest in not looking foolish in front of the court. That means you will carry yourself with dignity. The Twilight Ball is attended by wealthy, the cultural relevant, and the minor lords. You'll participate in traditional toast where nobles share their accomplishments over the season. It usually involves playful roasting and scandalous gossip among jilted lovers. But, with the conclave looming, people will instead focus on announcement of new engagements and alliances. Like the one I just am gonna give tonight. You will stand in front of the entire court. They will hang on your every word as you desire the future of Cordonia. So, my outfit should make them hang on every stitch. Luckily, I've procured the perfect gown made from the finest imported cloth. Elegant, yet not sophisticated or suffocating. Stylish, yet still commanding. You will dazzle the entire room with this. Elise gleefully lays out a dress for you to try on. I mean, it's okay. It's very green. I feel exceptional. Magnificent, even. Don't we have a thing that automatically gives us, like, outfits for a mirror or some shit? You will be the talk of the entire court before you even say a word. Julia, there are those who may doubt you as I do. Do not let them infect you. When the time comes, speak proudly of your accomplishments. I will, thank you. You know, to your aunts and head downstairs to the carriage where Annalisa waits for you. Ride through the city with your sister until you arrive at the palace. Taking each other's hands, you walk inside. Not much has changed since we were last here. But it doesn't quite feel the same as the Masquerade Ball, does it? Masquerade Ball... That was the last time I saw Queen Kendra. Her legacy lives on in those things that she left behind, and the people she influenced, including us. May we see the influence put to good use. You and Annalisa walk down the hall together, arriving outside the ballroom. Here we are. You reach for the door, Annalisa grabs your hand. Julia, before we go in, I want you to know that no matter what you choose, I will always love you. Your love has always been one of the few things I could rely on. I am thankful that will not change. You embrace your sister and walk into the ballroom. Step into the veranda with an exquisitely painted, domed roof. Nobles spin around the dance floor as moonlight washes in through the colonnade. Wow. There's a wing of the palace for every season. Introducing ladies Julia and Annalisa of House Rosario. My ladies, thank you for gracing the palace once more. Especially you, Lady Julia. Your outfit shines above the rest. Words that my aunts would be as equally elated to hear as I am. I hope your journey was untroubled. It was quite pleasant. Thank you for hosting us, Your Regency. A few steps into the ballroom, Annalisa taps you on the shoulder. Promise me, Julia, that you will have fun tonight. I will, but only if you do the same. Annalisa smiles softly and walks off. You search the party for your friends. You find Caden standing on the side, watching over the party. One of these days you will do more at a party than stand vigil. If not me, then who would keep an eye out for wayward scribes? You know how they like to sneak into parties. You gatecrash a party once. I wouldn't mind if it would more scribes sneak in. If they're anything like you, they could change the court for the better. You want more scribes at court? I set that good of an example. An incredible one. Unfortunately, not all scribes are as wonderful and talented as me. True, but I think anyone would be happy to be half as wonderful and talented as you. I accept your praise as if it were my own. Now I should make a patrol around the perimeter. That sounds like an excuse to step away from the party. Nothing wrong with needing a little air. Kane flashes a smile before stepping out beyond the colonnade. In the middle of the room, Annalisa and Percival dance together. Your movements feel slow and encumbered. Does something trouble you? Nothing some wine won't help. Wait right here. I will return post-haste. So sweet. The two of them are absolutely adorable together. Princess Honor is up beside you, 2 glasses in hand. Renza, leave my sister out of your twisted compliments. Oh, you shouldn't be so hostile, Julia. I only want to catch up on the latest gossip. I even brought us drinks. Reject. Get that away from me. I only wanted to remind us of old times. Renza takes an exaggerated swig from the second glass. Annalisa and Percival are nearly inseparable now. Perhaps wedding bells will soon ring for Annalisa's hands. Renzo. Those are bold words from someone with no support. Oh, you're so very right. How could I forget my low standing? You clearly the better of us. I just hope the price of victory is worth it. No more reason to feel so glum about Annalisa. After all, when you become queen, you'll have to forgo love for shrewd politics. Renza chuckles at you. Hunter walks up and takes your hand. Excuse us, Renza. Julia's opinion is required on an urgent matter related to court. If it's so urgent, brother, then surely you know you can turn to me. Although I am the future head of the house, after all. Forgive me, but if the matter was relevant to House Ferrero, I would speak with Damon. Hunter leads you away from Renza before she can say more. Burn. Thank you for the rescue. I'm sure my sister had nothing good to say. Not unless I've developed a taste for not-so-thinly veiled gloating, and I haven't. Oh, let me help take your mind off of it. It would be appreciated. Hunter guides you over to the dance floor, where you sway back and forth to the music. Hunter dips you backwards, letting you hover above the floor before pulling you back up. I've been longing for an excuse to steal a dance with you. The prying eyes of court make it difficult. I'm fortunate you found your opportunity when I needed it most. Does that mean you feel better? A little. Perhaps it would help further if you talk about your troubles. I have to choose between my house's safety and my sister's happiness, and I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. Julia, you're the most ingenious person I know. You've overcome every obstacle that's been placed before you. Whether by stepping in as head of your house, running for queen, or cutting down the board in Love Struck. That was an unusual solution, if a bit desperate. If there's anyone who can find a way around this, it's you. You're right, I will find something. It may not be available yet, but there has to be something I can do. Do your best, no matter what happens. We're all with you. I'm with you. Thank you. You've given me strength to find Theodosia and set this straight. It would appear you're not alone in your desire to set things straight with her. My eternal moonbeam princess, how I have longed for your fiery embrace. Forgive me. Across the ballroom, Cyrus kneels in front of Theodosia and pulls out the Vescovi flower, a necklace, and a sweet roll. Feel the desperation. Smell the desperation. Taste the desperation. I'm gonna go smell it. Probably let that flower ferment in his underwear again. Disgusting. Tell me what I must do once more to be graced by euphonious tones of your midnight ecstasy. I do admit that seeing you in those tight pantaloons does light a certain fire within me. Ugh. Theodosia's eyes glaze over. She loses herself to some private daydream. A moment later, she snaps out of it. You know what you have to do. Break your engagement to Emory, marry me, no games, swear it upon Pompadour's life. Ow! Can I swear upon something else? By the end of this night someone will marry into my house, or there will be no support for anyone. That was close. Can't believe Theodosia was ready to discard her promise to me. If we hope to secure her, we need to move quickly. We do. But what puzzles me is why Cyrus holds on to his engagement with Emory. He knows Percival is standing with you. Cyrus has something up his sleeve. Something in that slimy sleeve he's trying to maneuver himself or something. Regardless of his plans, there's still time to talk to Theodosia. Go quickly, the toast starts soon. Walk out into the hallway and find Theodosia pacing in circles, silently fuming to herself. Theodosia, I must speak with you immediately. Julia, I hope you're gonna ask what praises I'd like you to include in your toast as you announce a marriage between our two houses. About that, there has to be something else I can promise you in exchange for an alliance. Please, anything else. There is nothing else. What if I give you a position, as whatever you want, minstrel to write flattering songs about you, a personal love tutor? I'm gonna go with personal love tutor. To think I would need help finding love. I have the attentions of hundreds of lesser suitors. Yet you cannot get past the most superficial flattery. That's not my fault. I want to work with you to reach an accord like we did at the joust. Since the joust, I have been clear. I want marriage, marriage, marriage! I need it. House Navrakas needs it. Why is it so hard for everyone to understand? But you have your choices laid before you make them. With that, Theodosia turns on her heel and walks back into the ballroom. You gaze outside the moonlit window to weigh your decision when footsteps approach behind you. Ah, Lady Julia, I was hoping to ask your advice on an amorous missive I'm penning to your sister. I'm not sure this is the best time for love letters. Oh, well, it will only take a moment, I assure you. Lady Elisa, your smile fills me with more joy than all of Cordonia's legal tomes. Percival, a good love letter includes your long-term hopes. My hopes for our relationship? I never really thought about those. Well, dream about the future and then commit it to word. I would say, Lady Annalisa, I greatly enjoy what we have together. If there was a world where responsibility and duty would not eventually tear us apart, then I would like to think that perhaps we could be married. That's a touching letter. The music inside the ballroom dies down. I shall commit these dreams to paper after the toasts. Indeed, we both have futures to think of. You return to the ballroom to find Hunter standing in the center addressing the crowd. We are gathered here today to celebrate the end of the social season and share what we've been learned during its course. But first, I want to say what an honor it is to have been act as Cordonia's regent in a time of need. I hope that when Cordonians look back on this era, they feel a sense of pride in how we stood together after a tragedy. Which is why I'd like to give a special thanks to the person who has been most often stood beside me, Crown Shield Caden. This is unnecessary. It took some time to adjust you to your constant vigil, but now that our time together will soon be coming to an end, the thought of finding nobody standing over my shoulder does not fill me with joy. I will remember the assignment fondly, Your Regency. Now then, let us continue our toast with the Keeper of the Royal Archives, Lady Rinza. Rinza happily walks to the center of the room and smiles at Hunter. His smile disappears the moment their eyes meet. I will keep things brief, because every moment up here is a moment I could be drinking wine instead. On the court, it's been a pleasure playing our grand political game together. What joy is it to watch friends make decisions under pressure? As for set politics, Cyrus of House Vescovia is enthusiastically siding with House Ferrero. While I cherish the honor of my engagement to Emory Belmont, necessity has forced my support to Rinza. Cyrus and Renza are allied in public. Cyrus, you've become subservient. What happened to running for king? You're rolling over for Renza so quickly.
This is a mutual arrangement that benefits both parties.
I believe what you will, Cyrus. Interruptions aside, the benefits of the Pharaoh-Vescovia alliance are great, and we hope to share them soon. Renza looks at Theodosia and then to you. And since Julia feels opinionated today, I select her to give her first ever toast. I'd love to know what impression we made on her. Renza claps as she vacates the center of the floor for you. Alone, you step to the center. As you all know, House Rosario only recently joined the ranks of nobility. Truthfully, I did not know what to expect from the social season, but over the past months I've come to understand what the court is like. I can say with certainty that you all are the most sincere, inspiring group of individuals, unpredictable and exciting, the most depraved bunch of melodramatic hams I've ever met. Any poet who tried to recount the tales of court would be censored for revealing unfiltered truth. I would say we should be ashamed, but I know nobody here has a sense of it. The court chuckles. Now regards rumors of allies that have been whispered. Lord Percival Balmond has thrown his support behind House Rosario. I have seen that Lady Julia will be the best choice of all for Cordonia. In addition, House Navrakis has proposed a marriage between Lord Hector Navrakis and Lady Annalisa Rosario in order to form an alliance. Some in the room gasp. Renza smiles sinisterly at you. House Rosario will... You look to Theodosia standing to your left, then to Percival to your right. Both look back at you with rapt attention. Refuse the alliance with House Navrakis. I will not marry my sister off to someone she does not love.
That means... I believe there's a coin in the wishing well, I should think.
Percival smiles at Annalisa and leaves the room. Annalisa grins at you before following Percival out. Why is everyone so unfair to me? In the midst of the commotion, Emory steps into the ballroom and forces her way to the center of the room. Excuse me. Many apologies for my tardiness, but please quiet down. The noise bothers me. For my toast, I've prepared a poem from the depths of my pained heart. Emory unfurls a scroll. It hits the ground and then extends several feet further. Oh God. 5 households, all alike in dignity, in fair Cordonia, where we lay our scene. Hunter sneaks up beside you and whispers, "Follow me outside, it's critical." Oh, but I wanted to hear Emory's long, long letter. Hunter leads you to an alcove where Caden waits. He makes sure that no one else is around before speaking. While the secrecy. Because you shouldn't have been forced to make the decision you made out there, I may have a solution, but no one outside this group can hear. Sounds intriguing. And suspect. Some time ago, the gods suggested a raid against House Navrakis and on suspicion of smuggling illegal goods. I remember that raid. As I recall, you ordered us to drop it without cause. I'm merely relaying Kendra's orders. She didn't tell me her reasoning. So you think there may be some leverage we could use to change Theodosia's mind about securing her alliance? Precisely. She spied on all of us for her own advantage. I'd say it's only fair we return the favor. I'll admit, I still want to know what Theodosia was up to and then why the Queen forced a guard to turn a blind eye. Can we leave the palace without being noticed? Judging by the length of Emory's poem, we have time enough before the toast finish. Nobody should suspect our absence. What do you say, Lady Julia? Shall we gain the advantage over Theodosia for once? Join Hunter and Kate in this exclusive premiere to learn Theodosia's big secret and find a way to secure her alliance. Find out what she's hiding. 5 statues of Cyrus for all we know. I'm only worried what surprises Theodosia may have. I wouldn't be surprised if it's worse than the Court of Whispers. You, Caden, and Hunter slip out of the palace, unnoticed. Arriving at the Navrakis estate, Caden leads you through the side door to the grounds, slinking cautiously through the shadows. It looks like many of the guards are coming Theodosia to the ball, but there are still several patrolling the grounds. Keep your voices down and stay close to me. You slowly move through the garden, using the bushes as cover. Caden slowly stops suddenly, holding up his hand. You hear a soft humming and slowly peer over the top of the hedge. Dee-dee-dee-doo, my love is true. Then a raucous herald stands idly in front of a door. Caden furrows his brow and leans close to whisper to you and Hunter. That's the door we need to go through. Is there another way? Perhaps I can offer him singing lessons. I have heard sneezes that are more in tune. I will handle this. Before you or Hunter can say another word, Caden sneaks ahead, darting from cover to cover until he's just a few feet away and beside the unaware page. Suddenly, he glides swiftly forward. The herald barely has time to react. I say, who are y'all? Caden reaches for his neck, and the page crumbles to the ground. You and Hunter rush over. It's a Vulcan nerve pinch. Caden, that was incredible. You move like a shadow. It's not magic, just years of training. Hunter leans over the unconscious herald, checking his breathing. We should keep moving forward before he wakes and alerts the guards. Caden drags the herald's prone body out of sight behind some bushes so he won't be spotted. Then you all slip through the door. You find yourself in the main hall of Theodosia's likeness, staring at you from every painting and statue. I'm gonna scout ahead and make sure that there are no guards, but we are getting closer to the vault. He slinks through the gallery, leaving you and Hunter alone. Could we have done this the last time we were here? The room is rather unsettling when there's no one else here. So long as Theodosia herself is not hiding among the statues, we should be alright. I would not put it past her. I imagine she can only go so long without gazing upon her own image. I wager the walls of a bedroom are more entirely of mirrors. You both laugh, but stop suddenly when you hear the shuffling footsteps. Who's there? Hunter takes your hand, quickly pulling you behind one of the statues. He presses flat against you. Stay quiet. You go around the corner, scanning the room suspiciously. I thought I heard talking. Reveal yourselves! Stay perfectly still. You hold your breath, praying that your nerves will not betray you. You can hear the guard approaching your hiding space. He stops when he is directly on the other side. Geralt of Witcher. Your heart pounds in your chest. You can feel Hunter's shallow breath on your cheek. I am imagining things. I wonder if there's any leftover cider in the guard tower. His footsteps gradually recede and you let out a breath. Hunter places a comforting hand on your wet waist and gently rubbing the small of your back. Thank you, that was quick thinking. Getting close to you hardly demands effort, my lady. You both freeze as you hear footsteps returning, but relax when Caden rounds the corner. Come quickly. We've gotten lucky. The guard at the vault seems to have stepped away from his post. You and Hunter hurry after Caden, who leads you to a door set in a recess. It opens into a dark stairwell. You descend into the dark, dungeon-like vault. Let's spread out and search. Examine 2 items on the bookshelf. Ledgers. This looks promising. The balance of benevolence. These records track down the numbers favored owed to the great Theodosia Naracus. Lord Percival. Favors owed to me 5. Reason, gracing his presence with my very company while we were trapped on the hunt. Lord Cyrus. Favors owed to me 0. Has been furiously crossed out. All of them. Reasons for being a dirty, sexy, disloyal, fine piece of a man that I want to kiss, but he won't marry me. Renza. Favors owed 0. Reason, do not engage in favors with her ever again. Emory. Favors owed to me, furiously scribbles. Stealing my beloved Cyrus. Caden. Favors owed to me many. Reason, looking in my direction. Lord Hunter. Favors owed to me 3. Reasons, flirt with women, yet hasn't even flirted with me. So I should shun him. Other ladies fawning over him, steal attention away from him. Lady Julia. 2. She has a cute pet following her around, and why don't I have a cute pet following me around? That was not promising at all. Oh, would you rather have the stale macaroons? No, shut up. You look over to Caden, who confusedly scans through a couple of books in his hand. I hope you've had more fortune than I. I'm afraid not. All I found is a shelf of popular ballads rewritten to star Theodosia. You hear the pop of a chest as Hunter pries one open, revealing a mountain of gold inside. It's something far more lucrative than any ballad. Do all nobles sleep on top of mountains of treasure? No, but at least all of Theodosia. Last I heard that Avrakis' finances were struggling, yet that amount of gold could rival House Pharaoh. Look at all this gold. It's too much. That doesn't add up. I know that Avrakis' family is well off, but that doesn't seem like quite a lot. Yes, something feels off. Hunter stoops down to examine the coins. His brow furrows. Look at the crests stamped on these coins. Bellamy, Stormhold, Phydoria. These are from King Luther's reign. This must be where he stored his spoils of war after he killed Queen Adriana Rise and conquered the 5 kingdoms by force. Not that it's worth much anymore. These coins are outdated. Maybe Theodosia has a secret hobby as a coin collector? It'd be too normal for her. A mound of treasure is never worthless. If I were her, I'd find a way to exchange this into wealth my house could use. Like melting them down to be reforged as currency. The ore consistency is different than what we use in our current coins. Theodosia would lose half the value and risk discovery. She must be doing something else. Maybe there's a record of an exchange. Is it in the chest? No, but if it's Theodosia's method of storing sensitive information is half of the palace's, I can find it down here. Hunter scans the books along the bookshelf. The same dust that covers these books will reveal which one has been disturbed recently. Hunter stops at a book and opens it, revealing a hallowed chamber that holds several records. Just as I thought, read these. The documents, records, the exchange of spoils of war for legal currency. Theodosia has been taking the treasure for her ancestor looted from other kingdoms in Cordonia and converting it into wealth for House Navrakis. Theodosia's wealth is built on those spoils of war. Is that even legal? It isn't. Theodosia has much to explain. Well, then let's hear what she has to say when presented with these coins. Grab a handful of coins, the records, and leave the vault with Hunter and Caden. Back at the palace, Hunter and Caden bring Theodosia out to the ballroom. Thank you for giving me an excuse to escape Emory's dumb poem. I don't think I could have handled another act. We're not doing you a favor. You stand in serious offense of the laws of Cordonia. Oh, well maybe your laws stand in offense of me. What are you even talking about? Oh. We are talking about your vile crimes, woman. You present the spoils of war and the records showing their exchange. Oh, those could come from anywhere. I don't have to explain anything to you. They're stamped with an Avrakis seal, a pink seal at that. Lady Theodosia, you will have to explain this, or else I will have to arrest you for illegally possessing and exchanging stolen good. Or gold. It would be easier to come clean. Theodosia's eyes flick between the three of you. Finally, her face falls, and she lets out a weary sigh. Fine, yes, I've been exchanging my house's ill-gotten spoils, but the crown let me do it. There's nothing illegal about it. The crown let you do it. Why would the queen agree to that? Because I'm the most wonderful and amazing Navrakis ever? Lady Theodosia, your charming personality is not a substitute for legal reasoning. Fine, my charms had nothing to do with it, but only because this arrangement was made long before I graced this world. Luther's wars left House Navrakis destitute. Queen Canna offered a chance to legitimately exchange Luther's spoils over the next centuries, knowing that our house would be dependent on the crown during that time. A clever way to ensure House Navrakis' loyalties. That cleverness has been a thorn in my side. Our house has been allied to the next ruler, or else we risk losing that agreement and going bankrupt. Do you know how many secret clauses and contracts I've had to ignore in my vault? Too many. I was head chancellor, yet I knew nothing of this agreement. It was a closely kept secret, passed from monarch to monarch. I suppose Queen Kindred did not get the chance to tell you before she passed. This is wrong. We should confiscate every last coin. We have done nothing but honor our agreement. If what Lady Theodosia says is true, she's done nothing wrong. Yes, nothing wrong, nothing at all, but could we still keep the secret between us? Even after 100 years of fools, still speak of Navraka's name with distaste, exposing this would ruin the standing we've worked hard to rebuild. Theodosia? Maybe the people should know. I will keep Kendra's secret. No, it's not my secret to keep. From this point on, you'll do... I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna risk it. Is this blackmail? Yes. I can respect that. In exchange for keeping your secret, House Navrakas will support my bid for the throne, but you will not require Annalisa to marry Hector. So, I keep my house afloat with the gold, and your sister remain free to love whoever she wants. That's strangely favorable. I don't seek House Navrakas' ruin. I only do what I must for my own house. Theodosia lets out an overdramatic sigh and throws her hands up. Fine. That's not my marriage anyway, as long as I'm still rich enough to attract any suitor I want. Now, let us return to the ball, announce the wonderful news of our alliance, and let my secrets fly in the vault. I would be glad to forget everything that just happened here. Stepping into the ballroom, you feel the collective exhaustion as Emory continues to read for her poem. Osiris, Osiris, wherefore art thou Cyrus? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. If thou wilt not, be sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a bowman. Theodosia walks up to Emory, grabs the poem, hurls it through the colonnade onto the lawn outside. Hey, I was getting to the best part. You mean the part where you finish and I speak? Yes, now run along to Cyrus if your heart can still open for him. Emory runs outside after the poem. You're welcome, everyone. Now, as much as I know you want to hear my voice, Lady Julia has news on a thrilling shake-up. Earlier I announced that I would reject the Navrakas offer for an alliance. But we reached an agreement where House Navrakas will support me without requiring a marriage to Lady Annalisa. It is what I decided in my infinite wisdom. There's an audible gasp in the room. Annalisa smiles at you. You always figure something out. What? Tonight's events have been quite unsatisfying. Excuse me, I would like to finish my poem. You can finish your poem outside with Cyrus, but... Emory forces her way back into the middle and unfurls her scroll again. A few blades of grass fall out. There's an audible groan from the audience. You turn to Hunter and Caden. I feel uneasy. Theodosia's estate overheard Renza telling Damien she had more plans up her sleeve. I don't think this is the last move she's prepared. She has to have something else planned with Cyrus. Agreed. If someone holds a sword against me now, I know whether they intend to use it. But if they have something else, I wonder why they haven't used it yet. Must be at some significant cost to them, but with their backs against the wall, they will use whatever they can to win. One thing is clear, though. Renza has no intention of telling anyone her plans, but Cyrus, on the other hand... he might slip up. For the first time in my life, I actually want to speak to the toad. Scanning the ballroom, you find Cyrus lazily stroking Lord Pompadour's fur. You approach him. Ah, Lady Julia, your voice is a welcome relief. Though Emory's poem is touching, it lasts a little too long for my taste. I was hoping you would fill my ears with talk of alliances, or does Renza do the talking for you now? Alliances are such a thorny subject. I don't know how you cheated your way into one with Theodosia without marriage, but you did. Because I'm skilled. It's amazing that one can accomplish when possessing virtue. Of which you have many I'd love to explore. Hello? Your expression belies the fear behind your words. I've won, and you will pay for your crimes. Sweet, succulent Julia, there's always more than one way to secure a throne. And there's more than one way to end up in a dungeon, too. Your fantasies of seeing me behind bars will never come true. I have assurances against such things. Ow! No piece of insurance will protect you from my reign. It doesn't matter if it's you or Ren's on the throne. We will be safe. Cyrus walks away while stroking Lord Pompador's fur. You return to Caden and Hunter. Did you trick Cyrus into revealing anything? He bragged about having some kind of insurance, one that could protect him even from Renza. There's something that Renza doesn't know about that could be quite beneficial to us. If we can find it. I might be able to arrange something. Hunter walks over and whispers something to one of the guards. She simply nods and walks away. You're using my guards now. As King Regent, they're my guards too. In a little bit we shall see if I'm right. Emory flourishes as she wraps up her poem. For never was a story of more woe than this of Emory and Cyrus O. Emory bows to everyone and leaves, exhausted. Few who stayed in the room soon depart as well. Percival and Annalisa leave together, hand in hand. Theodosia smiles happily with Hector. I couldn't have been asked for a better night. Neither could we. It looks like the party is winding down. I'm going to do a final sweep. Enjoy your night. He leaves the room. Hunter rests a hand on your shoulder. What you did tonight was amazing. I knew you could find a way around the problem. Some help from friends, and you, of course. I'm honored to have played my part in helping you. A group of guards, including Teapot, Frisk, and Sunshine, enter to usher out your remaining guests. The party may draw near, but the night will linger a while longer. I have a feeling the guards would prefer to see me removed from the palace. For the time being, this is my home, and by my command, you're welcome to stay in it. And if I stay, what would we do with an entire palace to ourselves? Explore where we first met without the intrusive eyes of court. I might be feeling a little nostalgic. That night was truly unforgettable. And look at all the good that has come from it. One wonders what could come from a second unforgettable night at the palace. One wonders indeed. How about that then? Would you like to steal away together, away from prying eyes? Or how far you've come with Hunter since your fateful first steps together in this exclusive scene. Extend the bowl with Hunter. Hunter leads you to the empty ballroom. It's so quiet that you can hear your steps echo across the floor. Really, if that's the case, what the hell is that noise? Oh, right. The room is much different when empty. It's so peaceful. Is it the room? I always thought that was peaceful how I felt around you. You playfully push Hunter. I don't remember a push when we first laid eyes on each other. Oh yeah, then how did it go? You crossed the room and laid eyes on the most beautiful man you'd ever met. I think it was the other way around. Ah, was it? It was hard to remember when dumbstruck by the most beautiful woman in the world. But through that haze, I distinctly remember a dance. Hunter offers his hand. The music may be lacking, but I'm sure we will remember the tune. I don't think I've ever forgotten it. Take Hunter's hand and step onto the dance floor. Hunter glides with you along the dance floor, and soon you're following his steps in time. Your steps are grace itself. You must have been practicing during the social season. And perhaps I've merely used my time to emulate your excellent skill. If that's the case, you've long since made your excellence your own. Hunter puts his hand around your corset and lifts you into the air, holding you up long enough to look out over the empty ballroom. With grace. Brings you down against his chest, and together you spin around with elegance. You make everything feel so easy. Only when I'm with you. Hunter twirls you under his arm. You glide around him, or against him, and finish the spin in his arms. And I remember being so lost in your embrace. I cannot remember if we ever were. I believe we eventually separated so you could offer a private escape to the balcony. Ah, which you so graciously accepted. And one that I would accept again. Well, then shall we? You and Hunter emerge under the balcony. The night air is warm and you can smell roses blooming nearby. As you gaze over the railing, he takes your hand. You seem lost in thought, my lady. The palace brings back so many memories. It is strange to think that the masquerade was not so long ago. It somehow seems longer. Yet I can remember everything in the clearest detail. He slips behind you, wrapping his arm around your waist. You lean back against his chest, feeling his breath tickle your hair. What was your first impression of me? From the moment we met, I knew there was something different about you. You saw the world in a unique way. I was smitten, obviously. I'm glad I caught your fancy. And how did I come across when we first met? So mysterious. Perhaps that is why I was so drawn to you. I did not have to battle against my preconceived expectations of who I was. I was able to simply be myself. And I am just happy that you are no longer a mystery to me. Hunter takes you by the hand, gazing out over the edge of the balcony. It is amazing to think how much of our lives has changed since then. I feel like a different man than I was the night we met. I think you are. I think he's grown a lot. Alright, we'll go with that. I know that some changes have been difficult, but you have risen to every challenge with grace and composure. If nothing else, it is a comfort to know that you are by my side. Hunter turns you around to face him, then plants a long, tender kiss upon your lips. You wrap your arms around his neck, leaning your forehead against his. You sigh. To think that was but a common scribe the last time I was here. And now you are a contender for the throne. That must be an exciting feeling. Yes, although sometimes I feel like I must wear a mask and pretend that I belong in this world. Julia, you make everyone else vying for the crown look like the real pretenders. But no queen has ever had such a humble background as mine. What if I'm trying to walk a path I am not meant for? I have come to believe that nothing is truly set in stone. Not even the stars remain fixed in the sky. He looks up at the night sky. The stars twinkle down in bright mass. I know you're exactly what the kingdom needs. I shall strive to succeed. Still have much to learn. I'm grateful to have your support. You needn't thank me. I support you because I genuinely believe in you. You could change the course of history, Julia. I'm honored to be a part of your life. That means a great deal to me, Hunter. There was a time when I felt lucky that you noticed me at all. I should hope that you still feel lucky. You might have to remind me why I should. Smirking, Hunter suddenly sweeps you into his arms, twirling you around. You let out a laugh of delight. The two of you ease into a gentle waltz, your eyes never leaving one another's. This really is like being back at the masquerade. There's just one problem. I never did get to kiss you that night. Perhaps we should rewrite history. Shall we pretend? Indeed. What can I do to delight this mysterious stranger I see before me? Nothing holding back. You lean in until your lips are almost touching. I'm sure that both of us can think of a few delightful things to do. I want to hear you say it. Kiss me until I'm gasping for air. He nips at your lower lip, pulling you tight against his chest. You wind your hand through his hair as the deep kiss deepens, and he tightens his grip around your waist, pressing his hips to yours. While I long for an eternity to hold you, I would spare you the embarrassment of a wandering guard catching us. Wandering guard, I wouldn't care. It's not like our clothes are off. Not yet. If we must part, then let me give you something to remember this night. Grab his butt. Kiss him as if we're life itself. You place your hands around Hunter's head and hungrily kiss him, taking in every bit of him before you part. I was not in need of another reason to remember tonight, but I'm grateful you've provided one. Finally pull away from one another, panting and smiling at each other. That night we met feels so near, I can almost forget everything that has happened since then. Even if much has changed, one thing shall remain the same is my feelings for you. You kiss once more, then return inside the palace. You and Hunter walk back to the palace, where you find Caden patrolling the halls. Has your SWEP yelled anything worth reporting, Caden? Nothing except that I worry about our enemy's next move. The guard Hunter spoke to earlier around the corner, obediently following a patrol path. She bumps into Hunter and drops something into his hand. And let us help put your mind at ease. It appears my informant turned up something after all. You're ordering my guards to run between you and a spy. Our enemies should not be the only ones with access to clandestine agents. We can deal with this later. What do you have? Hunter places the object in your hand. A key, but what is it for? Taking down Cyrus. What does this key unlock? Find out next time. Bye! Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content. Remember, smack that like. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. It's that simple. And without further ado, thank you all once again for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!